Hello everyone, and welcome back to my channel, Kicking It with KickingitwithKieaB. Okay, you guys, I know it's been a long minute since you have seen this face on YouTube. We will get into that, but before we do, I just wanted to say hello and welcome to my new subbies. Thank you for coming over and enjoying the family. I'm trying to get it back together and we're gonna see what happens from here, but thank you so much for joining the family. And what's up to my long-standing family members? Thank you guys for hanging in there with me. We are going to be doing a little chit-chatting about COVID, about my weight loss journey, and while we're doing that, we're going to do my hair. So before we get into everything, I wanted to just go ahead and show you guys really quickly what it is that I'm going to be using, the products, and that way I don't have to show you guys in the video while we're trying to get this head done and get this little story time out. So first and foremost, I am going to be blow drying my hair, which I will be doing off camera, and I'm going to be using this heat protectant to blow dry. I also have my favorite gel. You can get this on Amazon, and if you don't know what this gel is about, you can go back and see my video that I put on the review for that. And then I'm just going to be using this grease to grease my scalp as we go. I'm going to need rubber bands. I'm going to need a hair tie. And then I just also have a comb and a brush. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and blow dry this head and we'll get into the video. Okay everyone, so I am back. I have gone ahead and blow dried my hair. I just have it parted off in a ponytail in the back, and then as you can see, I have 3 ponytails here. The initial way that I was planning on doing my hair, I'm just not in the mood to do my entire head and the little rubber band connects. So I'm going to simplify it and take the extreme shortcut because I just don't feel like it now. But I still need to get something done to this head because, you know, back to working out and things, I can't. So with that being said, we are going to go ahead and get into the video while I do my hair. So the last video that I posted for you guys was in June. It was in June, and it was an update on my weight loss. I'll put it here somewhere. But yeah, so with that being said, I believe that it was on the 15th. So the 16th, yes. So I believe it was on the 16th of November, Lord Jesus. The 16th of June, I was working, and that morning I woke up and I had a headache. Now, if you know me, if you've watched my video, you've watched videos a long time ago, I have explained to everyone about my health. And we're going to do this in like a very, very, very short time span, less than a minute. I'm going to give you the rundown on the Kia. Ever since I was a child, I've had a low immune system. If you got a cold and you give it to me, most likely it's going to be worse for me than it was for you. On top of that, I suffer from migraines. On top of that, I have IBS, and I also suffer from anxiety due to PTSD. Bam. In a nutshell, that's me. So if I'm missing in action for a while, it's a reason that I have not posted a video in a minute. It's because I am going through something, whether it is physical or mental. Something is going on with me. So with that being said, what happened was, let me just say this really quickly. 2022 has been one of the worst years ever for me. And when I say that, I mean that. Like, literally from January until June. June, yeah, until June this year, spilling into July. This year has been like the worst year for me. Every single month, it has been something. I have been tested physically and mentally multiple times this year, and this is the year that I have been tested mentally the most that I have ever have as an adult. So it has been a lot going on with me this year. So with that being said, again, on June the 16th, I woke up and I had a headache. That's not something that is a big deal when it comes to Nakia, because Nakia suffered from migraines. The majority of the time that my migraines start to affect me, it's in my sleep. So that means that I will literally wake up with a migraine, and it will affect me for days to come. I don't just catch a migraine out of nowhere, like, I'm just going through my day and bam, my head starts hurting. No, that is not how it works for me. I literally wake up with migraines. So I woke up that morning with a headache, but it didn't feel like a migraine. It wasn't like super duper bad. So I work from home, so I get on work and I'm just going on with my day, right? And you guys, if I'm not looking at the camera, it's because I'm actually looking here in the mirror. So that's why I'm not looking at you guys. But I'll peek over here periodically and say, what's up? But anyways, so yeah, so that is the situation with that. I went to work or got on work, but as the day went on, my head did not feel any better. It literally just got worse and worse. Now, mind you, I was going to film my Shein workout clothing haul. That was the next video that was in line, was to video that haul. I literally had on one of the workout outfits because I was going to film that video and then I was going to work out. Despite me waking up with the headache, it wasn't too bad. So I was like, I think I'll be okay. As the day progressed, that headache just continued. I took medicine. It never, ever subsided. It actually got worse. So it just continued to get worse and worse and worse and worse. So I'm ready, dressed to do this haul. And my daughter asks me to take her to the beauty supply store. And my little cousin was over here as well, and she needed to go to Walmart. So I'm like, I don't feel good, but my daughter was getting her hair done the next day and she needed to go. So while I was out, why not take my cousin to get whatever it was that she needed? So I take them to the beauty supply store. My daughter goes in, gets what she needs. We goes to Walmart. I stays in the car. As I'm in the car, because of course my head is bothering me. As I'm in the car, I'm on the phone with my mom. I start feeling extremely nauseous. And I'm like, what the freaking heck? But again, with migraines, I feel nauseous. Sometimes, you get sick when you have migraines. And so I'm just like, okay, I'm going to just chalk this up to it being from my head hurting. So it just gets to the point to where, and this might be a little TMI for some of you, but like it was literally in my throat. Like the food was coming up and I'm in my car. So now I'm looking around like I need somewhere to hop out the car and go run, and because I felt like I was finna give it up. The kids is taking 1,000 years in Walmart, which is why I don't like going inside the store. I'd rather curbside. They're taking forever. So finally they come out and I didn't throw up. We get home and I come upstairs because still I feel really, really sick. So I tell my husband I don't feel good. I come in here, I strip literally down to nothing. I throw a little blanket on my bed and I lay on top of my bed. So I say maybe an hour or so goes by, my husband wakes me up. I didn't realize that I had actually fallen asleep, but he wakes me up and he tells me he's getting ready to leave. So I say, okay. So at that point, I say, let me muscle up enough energy to get in the shower. So I get in the shower and I get in the bed. Like, it's a wrap. I'm not doing anything else today. It's over. Blah, blah, blah. So my husband goes and checks on his dad every evening. So by the time he gets back from checking on his dad, it's close to maybe 9. It's after 9 o'clock p.m. And he's like, he comes in the house and he's like, you haven't eaten anything. And I was like, no, I don't want to eat because I felt too sick. So he's like, no, you need to eat something. I'm like, whatever. He gives me something small to eat. So by him giving me that to eat, it actually calmed my stomach down a lot. And I was like, well, maybe I should have did this sooner. So I say maybe 20 minutes or so after eating, my chest starts hurting. Like, just freaking out the blue and super duper bad. What the freaking heck is going on? First it was my head, then I was sick to my stomach, and now my freaking chest is hurting. This chest pain is like, I would rather be in labor, and I don't want no more kids. Because at least labor at some point, it subsides and gives you a break. This chest pain was like not giving me any type of break whatsoever. So it's about 10 something at night by this time. And I'm just like, you know what? I'm just going to try to go to sleep. My husband gives me 2 extra strength Tylenol and we lay down. When I say I tossed and turned because my chest wasn't just hurting, I'm like moaning and groaning because this pain is just not leaving. It's actually getting worse now. Now it's to the point to where I'm balled up in the bed, and when I stand up, I can't even stand up straight. So I man it out until about 1 a.m. At this point, it's so unbearable that my husband has to call 911. Call 911, they come, get to, the ambulance come, they take my temperature, they put me on the EKG, my heart is fine, but I do have a low-grade temperature. Get me to the hospital, they run all of these tests on me. I did an MRI, they did another EKG, they're taking all this blood, they've run all of these tests on me. Everything comes back fine. My heart is healthy. I didn't have a heart attack. That's what was going through my mind. Don't know why, but you know, when you have a heart attack, they say it can make you sick to your stomach. So of course, my mind is like going 1,000 miles a minute. So they ruled out heart attack. So if you guys watch my last video, I was eating nothing but like salads and stuff like that. Now, someone who has irritable bowel syndrome, any type of food that is gassy is not good at all. I know this, but I wanted to put myself on a no carb challenge. Not realizing how it could affect me negatively, but I knew it was a possibility. So when I told the doctor that, they were like, well, this sounds like acid reflux. And I was like, acid reflux is this bad? So what they did was they gave me medication by mouth and in my IV for acid reflux, right? So the medication that they gave me for the acid reflux did absolutely nothing at all. Nothing. So they're like, okay, well, we're going to have to put you on morphine. I told them, no, you're not. Morphine I've had a bad experience with. I've had morphine before and I hallucinated with it. So I told them that I was not going to take morphine. So they gave me a medicine called Dilaudid. I have no idea what in the world Dilaudid is. And frankly, I was scared for them to even give it to me because I'm not a person who takes hard medication. Ibuprofen 600s make me sleepy. At some point, my doctor was giving me 800s, like when I had my knee surgery. And I told them that I could no longer take those because they make me drowsy. So they put it down to 600, and even the 600s make me sleepy. Crazy, but it does. So I asked them, I said, is that in my chart? Have you guys ever, have I ever had that before? The nurse is like, no. So I'm like, oh, Lord. They give me 15 milligrams of Dilaudid. It does absolutely nothing. Once again, I'm still in very, very bad pain. So at this point, she comes in about 20 minutes later and she says, the Dilaudid didn't work. And I said, no. So she's like, okay, we're going to have to give you another dose. So the doses were 15 milligrams. So after she gave me that second dose of Dilaudid, I was on another cloud, in another world. That stuff is so freaking potent. I was just out of it. So to make a long story short, they diagnosed me with acid reflux, but never gave me a COVID test. Never gave me a COVID test. I never knew that acid reflux can give you a fever because I had a low-grade fever. So I was in the hospital for about 7, close to 8 hours. They gave me a prescription for Zolotex, whatever that acid reflux medication is, the one that they like recalling. So I was like, I'm not taking that. So I got a bunch of other type of like over-the-counter acid reflux stuff. So later that day, I actually started to feel a little better as far as my chest went. But I still felt really drained. So what ended up happening was I started to develop even a higher fever. So now I'm like, why? I didn't know acid reflux gives you fevers. Why do I have a fever? So I took Tylenol for the fever. So the Tylenol helped a little bit, but then later on that day, my legs and my body was hurting. And I was like, okay, yeah, there is no freaking way. There's just no way that this is acid reflux. But I didn't say anything. I was just like, okay, Nakia. My doctor had taken me off for a few days to give my body a rest from the medication that they had me on. And so come Saturday, I'm coughing. And I'm like, what the heck? So Saturday is the day before Father's Day. My husband wakes up that morning and he tells me that his legs was hurting as if he did a bunch of squats. My husband works out every single morning. Has to be a good reason why he doesn't. So he hadn't even worked out yet. So for him to feel like he had done a bunch of squats when he hadn't even worked out yet was crazy. So he didn't think anything of it. He went on ahead about his day. The next day, by this time, I'm just like out of it. That evening, actually, that Saturday night, I was sitting on the couch and my husband laid on me. For those of you who knows my husband or heard me talk about it before, when I'm sick, he does not like separate himself from me. He still sleeps in the bed with me. Actually, he sleeps on my pillow with me half the time. Even when I'm sick, we've been together 28 years, and I have never given that man any type of sickness. If he's sick, I'm not sleeping with him because I will most likely catch it, but he doesn't get sick that often. So for him to, continue to sleep with me, it was nothing. So that Saturday, we were on the couch watching TV, and he laid his head on my shoulder, and he felt warm. Like, he was really, really warm. But in my mind, I'm thinking, well, I'm the one with a fever, so maybe it's just me feeling the heat from my body. So we go to bed. He gets up the next morning for church, but he started not to go because he just felt really, really sore. This is on Father's Day. He comes back from church. I'm like feeling really bad at this point, but I wanted to still at least get him dinner so that he can still enjoy his Father's Day. So as we're getting ready to go and pick up the food that we ordered, he comes upstairs and he looks at himself and he just said he looked greasy. So he decides to take his temperature. Now, I don't know what looking greasy has to do with you taking your temperature, but he did. As I was coming upstairs to get my stuff, I heard the thermometer go off. And immediately in my mind, I was like, oh my gosh, I hope he's not sick and he's just not saying, I hope he's not sick. And if he is, he's not just trying to like hold it from me because he knows that I be worrying and I'm already sick. So I was like, did you just check your temperature? And he was like, yeah, and it's 101 point something. And I was like, what? And I was like, oh my gosh. I was like, babe, do you feel bad? And he was like, I am kind of starting to feel bad. My body hurt. And immediately, my body only hurts when I have the flu. I didn't have the flu. What I was feeling was not the flu. I've had the flu enough times to know what I felt. And I immediately told him when we were in the car, I said, Corey, I think we need to take COVID tests. Mind you, I work from home. I try to stay away from people because of my low immune system. He's the only one who consistently leaves his house. Our daughter goes to school from home. She does online school, but from time to time she does visit families' houses, which at this point, this day, she was at a family member's house. She was at my cousin's house. So she left on Friday. So we get the food, and we come home. And immediately, he's never taken a COVID test, but I have because of me and my daughter having the flu back in March. So he doesn't know how to administer the COVID test. So I get everything ready and together so that we can do these COVID tests. You guys, when I tell you these tests came back positive immediately, it wasn't no 15 minutes. It wasn't any 15-minute wait. It literally popped right the freaking heck up. 2 dark lines. And I was like, no. So now he's pissed because he's like, how in the freaking heck did we freaking get COVID? There's only one other person that I was around, which was the Saturday before, 2 Saturdays before Father's Day. So the week before all of this happened. And my daughter told me that she was sick. So we immediately had to call our daughter to get tested because she was around us, and our nieces was over here, our cousin. So we had to call everybody that was at our house the days prior and let them know because they were here. My daughter was getting her hair done and all of that. So in me trying to tell my daughter, we have COVID, you may need to stay, you can't come home, yada, 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 I find out that she's been sick the whole time that she's been gone, but she never called and told us that she had been sick. To make a long story short, we all tested positive for COVID, and my cousin tested positive. The other people, which is probably close to 6-7 people that was around us, or that she was around too, did not have it, thank God. I was down. I got sick on a Wednesday. My daughter started feeling symptoms on that Friday, and my husband started feeling symptoms on that Sunday. We all started feeling symptoms 2 days within each other, and on Father's Day we all tested positive. That is the worst sickness that I have ever had. And not because of the fever and all of that. That stuff was bearable. But the energy, it zapped our energy so badly that we literally slept for 2 weeks. Not straight, you guys. We would literally get up out of the bed and go downstairs and get on the couch, and we would go right back to sleep. We would get up for, of course, to use the restroom, to shower, and all of that. But we literally slept for 2 weeks. So our daughter bounced back in like 3 days. She still did have like a slight cough, but more stuffy. But her energy back in 3 days. I was down with my energy gone for about a good 2 weeks. And then I started slowly getting my energy back. My husband was down almost the entire month with coughing and low energy. So COVID ain't no joke. Please wear your mask and be very, very careful and, cautious as to who you're around. I mean, we try to get back to as normal as we possibly can, but this thing is still live and well, and we try to just live our lives back really as normal as we can, and COVID is just not going anywhere. I personally don't ever want it again, so I'm going to be as cautious as I can be, even more so than before. So with that being said, my weight loss has been affected by me being down with COVID. And I'm not saying affected in a way of gaining weight or any of that. Affected in the sense of I haven't been able to work out. The 4th of July, we were still, trying to get our energy back, but still not ourselves. I started back working out last week, periodically the week before last week, but more so last week and this week are the 2 weeks that I have really gotten to my workout. By the way, today is July the 28th. No, today is the 29th. Today is July the 29th. So you guys will see this video next week when I put it up. But yes, so I have finally got back into my workouts. If you guys want to keep up with my more updated with my workouts, rather than it being every 30 days on here on YouTube, you can go and you can follow me on my health page, which I show more like picture updates and everything on that page. So I'll put that up here for you guys to go ahead and follow if you would like. And again, I do more updates there than I actually do on YouTube. But again, I need to get back into the groove of things. I'm sitting down right now doing my hair because my knees and my hips are killing me, because I started back hula hooping, and because I have not worked out in like really full throttle for a while. Like I've been like full throttle on that hula hoop, you guys. And because of that, my hips and my knees are really hurting. And when I first started hula hooping, when I first got it, yeah, I was really sore. It does cause you to be sore because you're working muscles that you may not have worked in a while. So I was really sore when I first started doing the hula hoop. And so I kind of feel like now I am back to that point to where I am starting all over again. But I feel good. I feel much better than I have been. And I wanted to give you guys a little update, and instead of me just sitting here running my mouth, I decided to just do something to my hair while I'm at it. This is definitely not the finished look, but I will come back after I have my hair completed, so that you guys can also see what the finished look is. I will be coming out with my Shein workout haul. With my Shein workout clothing haul. That will definitely be the next video after this one. I just needed to come and sit down with my family, sit down with my peeps, let you guys know what has been going on with me, and so we can get back into the swing of things. I have some other Shein clothes that I've gotten, some other Shein stuff that I do want to do a haul with you guys on, but because there are a few things that have been pushed to the back burner due to me being down and being sick and all of that nasty stuff, we are going to continue with the Shein haul next, then the Shein workout clothing haul next. Then we'll go ahead and go into everything else. But I do appreciate you guys sticking here with me in my absence. I say this every time that I get on, that, you know, I'm going to come back and put more videos out. So all I'm asking is that you guys say a little prayer for me. Keep me and my family in your prayer, that the rest of this year is smooth sailing, no sicknesses, no major stress or anything like that, because this year is almost done, and you know, I'm just wanting to see some light at the end of the tunnel. And also, you guys, before I end this video, in the midst of us getting COVID and getting sick, we were also in the process of getting some things done to our home. So we have been working on that too, on the back side. So we have some videos of some entryway transformations and also my backyard transformation. So be looking out for those videos as well, because that stuff is in the works. And I can't wait to show you guys what we've come up with, and what the new entryway and what the new backyard area is looking like. So with that being said, I'm done. I'm gonna quit blabbing. I've been on here for 30 minutes and 5 seconds. So it's time to go so I can finish my hair, and I will come back with if I don't come back at the end with a little video of what I look like, I'll definitely come back with pictures of what my hair turned out looking like. So with that being said, I love you guys. I am back. Pray for me, please. Pray for me as I pray for you and your family. And until the next video, the Shein haul workout clothes video, I'll see you then. Bye.